probably 10 people that are gonna watch this. Happy Monday! Skip the get ready with me part. Trying something new with my hair today. Trying to do new things in 2025. Not loving it, but we'll get there. It's another snowy, beautiful morning in Missoula. I honestly wish I could call off work today and just ski, but we're not going to do that. I don't know about anyone else, but the key to a good day for me is a good breakfast, especially on a Monday. This brownie is not part of it. Not only does breakfast start my day off on a high, but working out and getting my journal done. And already did my workout. Now time for my journal, and then I get to start my work day. Let me tell you though, if your workout instructor is not also a great motivational speaker, you need to fix that. Because starting my Monday mornings off with a killer spin instructor and motivational speaker, pretty much, it just sets the tone for the rest of my week. I will say I do have a problem waking up in the morning for my workouts. And I set my alarm for 5 and have like 3 of them go off, and it drives my boyfriend crazy. So if anyone's watching this and has like a hack they recommend, like alarm wise, so that my partner doesn't get so mad at me for setting it to snooze so many times, that'd be great. I've tried like a vibration bracelet, didn't work. It's 1:30 and I'm finally getting a break from work, but it's only because I have a dentist appointment. I have a cavity and I need a cleaning, so we're going to get that done. But when it comes to me, I have no luck with my teeth. So many traumatic teeth stories, like that could be a whole video. But I'm just like the biggest baby. I don't want them to touch it. Honestly, like if they could put me under for a cavity, like I would say yes. Well, I did it, but they didn't have Sweet Air. But I did get Novocaine. There was like a 6-year-old next to me, and she was like, she got done and she was like, I did it with no injection. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there like, yeah, I'm gonna need all the injections. And unfortunately, they found 2 more cavities. I also just love when you're walking out and they're like, oh, do you want a chapstick? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then go to put on the chapstick, like, because my whole side of my mouth is numb. Part of my New Year's resolution is no late fees for my workout class for canceling under like the 12 hours. So we're starting on Tuesday at a workout class. Because I made it, I didn't cancel. Another great workout. And I'm so excited because we set goals at this workout class, and I go religiously every Tuesday to this class. So I'm not worried about just like setting a goal and forgetting about it. I know that Riley will keep me in check. I actually set 2 goals. One, to do a full pull-up. Might seem little, but small wins. And then the other is to keep any weights that I'm lifting above 20. Small wins for me. Everyone's challenges are different. It's a small win. I took my shower, got ready after my workout, and I am trying to make a matcha. I'm working on it. It's still not tasting as great as one that I would buy, but trying to spend less. Enjoyed my breakfast, started my journal, watched some news, and then it was time to kick off my workday. My day was just full of meetings back to back, so I really didn't get a lot of actual work done, and then I had my therapy session. I think mental health is so important. I suffer with ADHD, anxiety, depression. I'm on medication, but one thing I've lacked and gave up on in 2024 was therapy. So I started with a new therapist to kick off the new year. I'm super excited. This was my 2nd session, and it's really good. I think everyone should have a therapist, like just to rant to, talk to. While I was out, I decided to do some grocery shopping, and I could not believe the prices at the grocery store. I just made a mistake grocery shopping. I didn't look at the price of eggs when I was buying them. They weren't organic or anything. Pack of 18 eggs was $8.99. Got home, got more work done, then started editing some of my videos. And when Cody got home, we took the dogs to the park, and the sunset was absolutely beautiful. Finishing the workday, and a typical Tuesday with a walk with the doggies. Quick loop, and then home to get warm and cook a yummy dinner. Good morning! We're starting our day with a new workout. We are gonna do some hot yoga. I woke up to the breaking news about all the wildfires around California, and as a former newsie, like, their crew, this individual crew, is way too close for comfort. I mean, you could see the burning embers coming towards the camera. This coverage is so scary. I just got out of the shower and got ready to start my work day, and I looked out the window to so much snow. I just want to get in my car and go skiing. Welcome to my non-aesthetic morning. Didn't do a workout class, which means I will be hiking today. And I didn't get a really early start to my day. I'm starting right on time, eating my breakfast, hopping on a bunch of calls, and hopefully finally getting to clean my Airbnb again because I had another guest and haven't gotten around to cleaning it yet. Everyone that took off for the holidays returned to the office on Monday, so this week has just been meeting on top of meeting on top of meeting. And my day of meetings started. My break from work today is going to consist of going to get a coffee. So I'm actually taking another break from work today because I decided to list my home that I have on Airbnb on their nonprofit site, which allows you to offer your Airbnb for free to people like impacted by natural disasters or refugees or anything like that. So I'm offering mine to any California wildfire victims, although I'm like a 24-hour drive away. It's still, I feel like, close enough that people might want to come here to evacuate, you know, like get out of that space. So I am going to go make sure it's in good shape. If you're an ADHD girly, you'll get what I'm about to say. So I'm going to my Airbnb right now, and that really wasn't on my schedule for today, wasn't on my calendar, my to-do list. And that's kind of hard for me because I would have rather right now have been hiking. You know, that's what I've been doing on Thursdays, trying to condition for my backcountry camping this summer. But instead, I am going to make sure my Airbnb is in good shape for anyone if they want to come and stay here. But I would have been filling this time with hiking, so it's kind of hard for me to go off my schedule, my like imaginary schedule. But we're doing it. It's happening, and I won't get to hiking today, which I'm bummed about. But I'm getting good karma. I'm going to be getting good karma. I'm doing a good thing, so it's okay. But as an ADHD girly, like, this is a little hard for me. And just like that, the day was over and it was time for dinner. If you don't know by now, breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. But while I'm cooking breakfast, I'm starting my sourdough loaf. I got into sourdough last year. I wasn't a sourdough pandemic girly. But this year I'm trying to do it weekly, whereas last year I did it here and there because I'm trying to be more sustainable and just be smarter about like what I put into my body this year. So I'm trying to make my own foods more and things like that. So we're gonna start by making my sourdough loaf. I got my sourdough from Etsy. I found actually the woman on Instagram. It's Sourdough Sparrow, I think. I'll link it in the description. But she gives you tips on and instructions how do you rehydrate the starter and then how to make a loaf. So really good for beginners. I don't know about anyone else, but I hate doing like chores and things on weekends, so I try to get them started the morning before I start work on Fridays. And one of those things is laundry. So I started that this morning. Let's finish it so that I don't have to worry about it this weekend. I got so much done in the morning, and then it was work, work, work all Friday. And I, of course, forgot to film the rest of my sourdough journey for the day. It's finally the weekend and it's Saturday, and yesterday we started my sourdough and now it's ready to go. So while Cody's at the gym, I'm gonna cook my sourdough so that when he comes back, he can make me a good breakfast and we have some fresh bread to go with it. If you want to start sourdough, no, you don't need some fancy Le Creuset, whatever, Dutch oven. I literally got this for $60 off Amazon because when I first started sourdough, I thought I needed some fancy thing because everyone only posts about the fancy brands. So I was actually just using my skillet here. I would put some parchment paper down and then put the loaf in there and then put it in, and it worked perfectly fine. But I'm trying to upgrade, and I love making soups, so I was like, I'm gonna invest in an Amazon Dutch oven. First, you have to put the Dutch oven in the oven for like 30 minutes to let it get warm. And while it did that, I did my journal. I'm sticking to it, even on weekends. Once those 30 minutes were up, it was time to take the sourdough that I let get all gluten-y in the fridge overnight into the Dutch oven. I used a new little baton thing that I got off Amazon, put some flour on there. I'm still learning how to score the sourdough correctly, but it didn't explode on me. It came out pretty good, so my scoring technique worked for this one. Cody made the rest of the breakfast when he got back from the gym. I finished editing some videos and we watched some sports. Then we decided to go to the local nursery because we needed some new plants in the house. Naturally, as soon as we got home, I needed to repot the plants. And honestly, it was so peaceful. Like, I miss gardening so much. I can't wait for that season. But of course, I love my snow and skiing. Then I whipped up a dinner. I found this recipe on Instagram. I'll link in the description, but it's an elk cheeseburger bowl. The recipe's for venison burger bowl, but I switched it around and it came out so good. The sauce in the recipe was really good. Then I ended my week by traveling all day to Florida for my company's SKO. And I actually traveled without a single hiccup, which is a miracle when you're traveling from Montana all the way to Florida. My dad and his fiance now live in Florida, and I haven't seen them since September, so they picked me up from the airport and we had a nice Sunday sauce, watched some football, felt just like home, and then we went over to the beach, which is like 5 minutes from them, to watch the sunset, and oh my god, this was beautiful. They have amazing sunsets there. I just needed my toes to hit the sand, smell the ocean, and I was content. I finally got to my hotel room and I was so amazed by I was staying at a Hilton and I was so amazed by the little towel sculptures they made. The swan, and then look at this one, a little pocketbook in the bathroom. Fancy. Dropped my things off quick, then I met my team for dinner. That is exactly where I want to be, and I have a wild week ahead of me working in Florida. So need a good night's rest, and make sure to subscribe and come back next week to see how my crazy week here in the Sunshine State went. Here's a little look into that.